Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth and welcome to my channel. I am so happy to be here with you today because this recording emphasizes a deep shift that's happening all around us, and I'm going to address that in a minute. This is a forecast that goes from January 21st till the 30th. Now what I'm doing is I'm breaking this up into 4 pieces later on for the earth, air, water, and fire signs. So you can look at each one of your sun signs individually. But this particular recording is going to be addressing a comprehensive overlook for the rest of the month that gives you a flavor of what we can anticipate occurring on an energetic level, psychological level, even to some degree mental level, and it gives you at least a foot up in knowing that things will have changed unbelievably as we move into this particular part of the month. So without getting sidetracked, let's take a look at what's going on right now. So I'm a personality that likes to look deeply into conditions around us. I don't take anything at face value. Or I wouldn't be an astrologer. I wouldn't be interested in the material that I'm interested in. I'm also an avid reader. I'm constantly looking back at history. And I am interested in historical information that I can get from literature, etc. Does that make me a historian? Not really. But when you work with astrology, you're always looking to the past to understand some of the transits that we're experiencing. And what's going on now in our society can't be ignored. I mean, I hope this doesn't rattle too many cages when I say that, but there are some aspects right now that resonate to historical periods of time. And this coming month, this part of the month, as we move from the 20th right to the end of the month, really shows a shift in the way people are perceiving our conditions. So without much ado, let me jump right into that, okay? And that should give you a bigger picture. On Wednesday the 21st, the sun will make a very close connection sign-wise. The sun is in Aquarius, and it will conjunct Mercury, which is also in Aquarius. That will occur on Wednesday. And the energy of that is putting 2 like-minded people together in a room and following the conversation. It's as if whatever is happening personally to you and also to the culture at large, that people are starting to see the forest for the trees. They're not lost in the sauce, so to speak. Things are starting to be apparent. That's what happens when the sun conjuncts Mercury. On Thursday the 22nd, the sign of the planet Mercury, will conjunct Pluto. Again, it's this linking up Mercury in Aquarius as it conjuncts Pluto in Aquarius. They kind of, become twins in some way. The ideas that we hold, the ideas that we have summoned, will be articulated. They will be broadcasted. They will be profoundly expressed because of the linkage to Pluto, which is one of the most noisy, volatile, energetic outer planets. You know, astrologers will often say, we will blow it up to make room for new things. Mars will also sextile Neptune. Mars is the energy of just do it, and Neptune is a quiet understanding, is a psychological understanding of something. So Mars is giving energy to what we have known all along. It's saying to quiet, genteel Neptune, run with it, sister, run with it. Get the news out. On Friday the 23rd, the sun will conjunct Pluto. Sun in Aquarius, conjunct to Pluto in Aquarius. Sun is bright and voluminous, and it's brings warmth and creativity to anything it touches. When it conjuncts Pluto, it's giving the chance to express itself clearly and loudly. Very similar to Mars, the way Mars affects things. But then on the 23rd, Mars moves into Aquarius. And we have this shift. There is a massive shift that occurs ideologically. When an Aquarian personality comes into the room, anybody's room, it's asking for us, begging for us to think outside the box. It's begging for freedom and originality. With Mars moving into Aquarius, it's asking for the truth. Mars is saying you have to make sure that the truth is brought out into the public eye, whatever that is. Another interesting aspect to come up is on Monday the 26th, when Neptune, the spiritual, psychological, sensitive planet, moves into the sign of dynamic, fiery leadership of Aries. It's as if it's giving that area of the world, the area of quiet knowing and intuition, a chance to express itself. And that's a very, very long cycle. I think it's 27 years. So we have Neptune moving into a fire sign, which is unbelievable. Now, the big news, the big, powerful piece of information that I want you to put down in your calendars, all of you. On Tuesday the 27th, Mars is in Aquarius. Mars is about action. Mars is the area of your chart where it would show an astrologer how you exercise, how you move through time and space, how you take action. Well, in this case, it's historical. Mars does not conjunct with Pluto very often. It actually makes that connection with dynamic, take no prisoners, Pluto, every 2 years. So on the 27th, there's a major, powerful shift that will occur. It could come in the form of an announcement. It could come in the form of an action being taken. It doesn't necessarily have to impact your chart, but it will impact society. It happens every 2 years. I call it the Great Boom. It could be, depending on when it happens, it could be the discovery of a new planet. It could be an announcement coming from the government. It could be a shift in attitude overall. of a program or a program leader or whatever. But Mars conjuncting Pluto is one of the most dynamic, powerful, and noisy transits that we can experience. On Thursday, the 29th, Mercury in the sign of Aquarius will link arms with Venus in the sign of Aquarius. We are culturally at this time determined to express Aquarian attitudes of liberty, justice, fairness, egalitarian behavior. And it will be combined with Venus, which is about beauty, love, gentility, kindness. It could be that somebody in our culture, in our world, in our society, makes a piece of art and displays it publicly that relates to all those subjects we're talking about. It could be that a new park has been opened and it's going to be dedicated to a group of citizens. But you will see demonstrations of this all over the place because it's demanding. Mercury conjunct Venus in the sign of Aquarius. You know, for anybody that has an Aquarian in their lives, Aquarians say what they think and they don't necessarily censor. You know, for them, right or wrong, the truth is the truth. And they're very concerned about fairness. Aquarian energy is also about discovery, scientific and otherwise. Many Aquarians are inventors. And so Mercury, being in that very curious, interesting sign, will link with Venus. It could be that a discovery is made about something very beautiful, which helps people to feel better on an intellectual and physical level. So we don't know, but that's coming up on the 29th. It's an interesting segue away from what we experienced during the end of December, where it was very pragmatic. This is moving us into a period where everything feels very affected by the sign of Aquarius. We are like the, poster child right now of, asking ourselves, is it kind? Is it good? Is it necessary? And we could add to that, is it real? Aquarian energy is also very much like a detective, symbolically. What are we really looking at here? Like if you go out sightseeing, is it really a statue or is it a person dressed up like a statue? So, whereas the previous month was all about pragmatic behavior and being conservative in our actions, this energy right now is about freedom, is about a declaration of righteousness and goodness toward other people. It is also about taking hold of what is maybe not working well and fixing it. Finding better ways to protect those people that are in danger of being hurt. Aquarians make fabulous detectives. They also make fabulous teachers and soldiers and people that work for the public. Because of the Mars conjunct Pluto energy of Tuesday the 27th, there's a revolutionary energy in the air. I ask my listeners to reflect on that. What does that mean for you? And what does it mean for your community? I always feel very connected to the phrase, I think it's Irish actually. Is it right? Is it good? Is it necessary? What is occurring around you? And I would, hasten to add that there's so much happening on so many different levels right now. People get confused and they can't figure out really what is actually happening. What should I pay attention to? And I think we know the answer. I think we know the answer to the depth of our beings. Anybody with a rational thinking mind, if you stay focused and you pay attention to what's occurring, you can see what is right and what's not working. Because it's too easy to follow, to fall down a rabbit hole in today's world for a lot of different reasons, which I won't go into. But astrology right now, the astrology of the times, is all about, particularly over the next week, of a declaration of righteous goodness toward our fellow man. The Aquarian energy is about freedom for all. And it also is connected to fairness. So without getting too carried away, with flag waving and righteousness and all of that. I was born on July 4th, so I have a particular connection to the Constitution. I am very, very clear that this coming week is going to be about getting to the truth, using some new tools, thinking along the lines of helping people, thinking outside the box, maybe opening Pandora's box a little bit. It's not Scorpio-like. Right now, we don't have any planets in Scorpio. We actually have 4 planets in Aquarius. And I think this is a period of time where the fundamental idea is to peel back the layers on what has actually transpired and to get clear on our next steps, whether it's on a personal level. We just had a new moon, and we're moving toward, making some changes. All of us are, and maybe stepping into a new position or a new role in life. I think that the Aquarian energy is going to urge people to try different things, to look at life from different perspectives. And on that note, I want to take a look at the oracle cards and the tarot cards for this week, and just to bring up some information that could give us a little bit more insight on what we can anticipate. So let's see. The coming week, what can we look at here? And it's just general. Like I said, I'm going to look at the other signs, the signs in general, and I will talk a little astrology and pull out the tarot for it. But this is for this coming week. What, as a community of people, can we anticipate? And I want to look at that. Okay. And I always ask my guides to give me clarity, because I think it's important to stay focused on that. New location. So, this new location has been coming up a lot, but I do think that the focal point on what we're looking at here is going to shift. on a political level, maybe we've had our focus on DC, maybe it's been Minneapolis, maybe it's Canada, but I do think that there's a focus on paying attention to what's happening in some spot that we have not been paying attention to. Keep your expectations high. With Aquarius, it's hopeful, it's energetic, it means change, but keep your sights on positivity. And look, you will see this around you, creative expression. All over the country, people are attempting to share their ideas in a kind, meaningful way. It's not all angry. So pay attention to that. You should see some really creative acts occurring over the next week. Some of it comedic. And be self-reliant. Pay attention to your own physical needs. Pay attention to your family. Make sure that body and soul are the priority at this point of time. Okay, let's take a look at the astrology the tarot. Okay, what's going on here this week? I think we might see some very interesting surprises, and it could be very heart supportive, loving, maybe a marriage between two groups of people. Some good news coming in through the Page of Wands. It comes in from a child or from children. We've got our ducks in order. That's a good thing. It's time to make this. This is an important card for this period of time. The Two of Swords. It means it's time to stop talking about it, thinking about it, and do something. We're organized. We know what works. We know what's not working. Now it's time to take action. An old friend of ours steps in. Six of Cups. They like us. They care about us. They want to see us do well. It has legal ramifications. The Justice card. This will be a legal situation. Could come from the Supreme Court or somewhere, but it has a legal overtone. There's money to back it up. Queen of Pentacles. It's balanced, it's earthy, it's practical. So that should be very supportive of some of the activities that are occurring around us, some of the disharmony. It can be eased through a legal channel. We're moving it in a new direction this week. The Chariot. You see the two sphinxes? It always indicates choosing a new pathway. So folks, enough of that. I want to wish you a good week. Please go look at your astrology information. I will be posting it in a few hours. I hope you're happy this week. I hope things are moving along for you. I want you to find solace in areas that are outside the political realm right now, but try to take care of your neighbors, find ways to provide service to people who have less than you do, and be kind to yourselves. On that note, take care. And if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Is it like and share? Yes, Like, share, and subscribe. Be well. Take care.